What's going on, people? Today I come back to you again with another drawing, and this time it is Wolverine. And this one was difficult, mostly because I was trying a new technique, and we'll go over that later. But anyway, let's go. Let me tell you guys, I really struggled at this part of the drawing. I just didn't understand why things didn't look right, and I was so close to quitting this drawing because I don't know, I was just overly frustrated. Maybe I was stressed. I don't know what the situation was. I just couldn't get it to look right, and I needed to take a break. But in the end, I think it looks good. You'll see it in a minute, but I just had to let you know very much and show you also the mistakes I was making as well, so you could see it and understand it. But I was very frustrated at this point in time. So yeah guys, as I said, I needed a break, so I went off camera a few hours later. As you can see, it's dark now, but I went off camera and tried to get it to look what I wanted it to look like in my head, and I think I got it to where I wanted it to be, and I just worked from this point on, and cooled off from me being frustrated, and I think it paid off and not trying to rush through it or whatever. So So the blue lines you can see, the blue circles you can see on his arm, is a new thing I've done to help me understand where the muscles are in his arm, on his abs and whatnot. Just so that when I'm shading later on, when I'm doing lighting, when I'm doing the cross hatching, it's easy for me to visualize exactly where things should be. And I think it paid off for the most part. So here, you can see I'm doing it in pencil, whereas before when I was doing shading, I was doing it in like pen or like a paintbrush tool. And I did it in pencil here just so I can kind of get down where the really dark, the absolute blacks is another word for it. The absolute blacks are on the drawing itself, so that I can then take that and add the cross hatching into it later on to reference the grays. Again, this is a new thing I've done, but I've never done this before, so it's a new thing I'm doing now, and I think I prefer it this way. It overall just makes things easier in the long run. So as I mentioned earlier, I mentioned the cross-hatching part of the drawing, and I've done cross-hatching before, but I've done it with the lack of I didn't really know what I was doing when I was doing cross-hatching before, and I watched a video by a guy called Ryan Benjamin, who's been drawing comics for a long time, and I put the thumbnail to that video on the screen and the link in the description as well. But that video massively helped me. I've watched it before, but I didn't really watch it with the intent of really learning how to do it necessarily, and this time I wanted to learn, and I think it paid off because it looks really good, but it can still be better. So here, when I was doing I guess you can call it the inking, although I'm not actually using ink, obviously, but on the face, I had a big issue with it. It just doesn't look very good. It looks like there's just bits of black on the face with no real definition to it. So that's something I have to learn, how to really like emphasize not necessarily the muscles on the face, but more so the parts on the face that would not be as highlighted by light, basically. And towards the end, I hope to get better at that.
Wolverine beats.
Yeah, so here, this was the next day, I think it was, which I think was technically yesterday, which would have been a Friday. No, it was Saturday, sorry, yes, Saturday. And I just wasn't happy with some of the shading areas and whatnot. You know, I thought I could do better. So I removed the little black blotches on his face and just added some very small details here and there. And I think overall it looks a lot better for it. But in the future, I hope to be able to really understand how it should look and go from there. That is the end of the video, guys. I truly do appreciate you watching it. This was a really big learning curve for me, and I hope to draw some other stuff like this using the same techniques I've shown you here, and we'll see what happens, you know. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.